I'm going to start out with a piece of advice. Don't tell people you hate a movie because it might be their favorite movie. You can say, "Oh, that's a little further down on my list," or you can say, well, you could lie, but that's never a good idea, and say you like it or you didn't see it. I don't recommend either one of those. Uh, Quite a while back, I told a dear friend that I didn't like, hated the movie The Jerk with Steve Martin. And she said, jokingly, "We can't be friends anymore. It's my favorite movie." And she was, joking, I hope. Um, but anyway, movies. So some of my favorite movies are the ones where the good guys and the bad guys are really clearly defined, and the bad guys get it in the end. And the bad guys are like the orcs in the Lord of the Rings, or Sauron or Saruman, uh, Wormtongue. Is that his name? Anyway, so I like that. Chronicles of Narnia, where the all the ogres and the hags and things got beaten. I love it. I love that. I want to see evil overcome. But then you have movies like, what was an unsatisfying movie? Was National Treasure, the second one, The Book of Secrets. The bad guy, at first he was like kind of a satisfying bad guy. But at then the end, he just kind of was sad and sorry and died. And it was very, very unsatisfying. I thought, no. This was not good. He died in kind of a half sorry, half pitiful, whatever. And then you have movies. Have you seen the Santa Claus movies? Okay, so the third one, I think. Second one. Anyway, Jack Frost tries to take over the North Pole. And he's really bad. And he does terrible things to Santa Claus because, without Santa Claus, there is no Christmas. So the world is just a mess because he's making it commercial, unlike it is now. And then at the end, the little girl, Lucy, gives him a hug and she melts him. And at first I thought, I wanted him to get what was coming to him. And then I thought, oh no, this is not really a bad idea. And just today I read somebody's blog post, Substack, I don't know the difference, about spiritual battles. And then last week, another friend wrote something about counteracting all the evil in the world and not being able to do anything. So she went for a walk and took pictures of beautiful things. And I'm thinking, you know what? Those are the kind of weapons we need, because it's nice to think that somebody's going to slay all the bad guys who are really, really bad and aren't sorry and pitiful, but they're just really bad. I thought, okay, God's got that one. So then what's left for us? What kind of weapons do we use? How do we fight? Because also lately in the news, if you're not living, in a rock, you know that people are talking about fighting. Whatever. Fighting evil, fighting fascists, fighting leftists. The battle lines are being drawn. I think, what should we use for our weapons? And I think, let's grab out our weapons that are of beauty and forgiveness, and that great weapon of turning the other cheek, and the weapon of empathy, and the weapon of truth, and speaking the truth in love. There's all kinds of great weapons out there that we can use as we engage in this battle, because there's a real battle going on. But the enemy is us. I just came up with that line. I think it's been used before. And what weapons do we want used on us? So whether you're right, this is backwards, so right and left, because the screen flips. I think look at your arsenal and get out beauty and art and music and a smile and kindness and truth. Don't forget truth. You can still do truth. Just don't put it on a end of a poison dart. Put it on a palette and just, layer it on people. And if we win, we win. If we don't, we don't. God's going to win in the end. We're all good.